beer review, and today what we're going to do is quite a popular beer in the UK. It's one of these beers that is starting to become popular in Europe as well, but it's Greene King's Abbot Ale. I think that's right, is it? Let's try. Abbot Ale, there we go. So there we go, we've got the thumbnail. Now, this is a 5%. It's, what is it roughly about, now what were they doing it? It's actually on sale. This was bought in Waitrose and they had it on sale. And you're basically getting a choice of a couple of different 4-packs, but you're getting 2 4-packs for £9. So in other words, it was £4.50, which basically means it's working out at roughly about £1.17 and a half pence, roughly £1.17 and a half pence. So it's just under £1.20 basically, from that point of view. So yeah, not too bad at all. But yeah, it's supposed to be rich and malty premium ale. It's almost like a sister ale to kind of Old Speckled Hen, if that kind of makes any sense. It's apparently it's for times to savour. I don't think there's much spiel on it. No, there isn't really. I don't think there's anything was in the box. It was quite a, in fact, I actually lost a can because one of them actually fell out the actual bloody 4-pack as I was getting into the car, in the car park, and that pissed everywhere, so it did. Joys. But anyway, this is where we're at. Let's crack it open and see what it's like. This is one of the beers that are kind of more kind of normal-ish kind of alcohol percentage. A lot of Greene King ales are usually kind of below the 4%, so this is a 5%. As you can see, it looks well carbonated, so it does. It's not really much of a head. It smells, there's a smell of malt, there's a smell of caramel, but it is saying, yeah, it's just a kind of, there's a caramel smell, there's a slight kind of malty smell, there's that kind of slightly higher kind of tone, as a kind of slightly change in the tone of the aroma that just kind of gives you that impression of sweetness. So there's that. So yeah, let's get wired in and see what it's like. Yes, straight away you're getting maltiness, you're getting kind of caramel sweetness, and then of course, yeah, you are getting a slight bitterness, but again it's more of a kind of molasses bitterness you're getting. Yeah, kind of interesting. So yes, you get a kind of slightly, to start off with in the front of the mouth, yes, you're getting maltiness, you're getting caramelness, you're getting sweetness. Then you come into the mid-tongue and some of that sweetness is starting to dissipate, but the maltiness is still there. The caramelness is kind of starting to kind of change a bit as the sweetness is disappearing in the mid-tongue. The caramel was there, but it's starting to kind of become a bit more obviously kind of darker. It's starting to kind of spread into kind of more kind of slightly molasses style kind of bitterness slightly still coming through. And I just feel there's also a bit of hoppiness in the bitterness as well, coming into the kind of aftertaste. So the aftertaste is, the bitterness is just kind of starting in the mid-tongue, and then it's being kind of reinforced in the aftertaste, and it does feel that there's a bit of hops coming through there to give us that as well. I am trying out the streaming camera again just to see what it's like. I've done kind of adjustments to it, and I'm just looking on the big screen behind the camera. Just that's if you can maybe think I'm looking past the camera. In some ways I am, because I'm just looking just to see what it's like in the big screen. I'm just trying to get an idea of how good or bad it is. But yeah, it's a nice beer. As you can see, for some strange reason it's gone quite dead. Maybe it might have been the glass actually, I don't know. But it is quite well carbonated. It is a nice beer, quite nicely balanced. It is a maltier beer, but it does have a little hint of hops at the end of it. It does. A lot of these type of beers you get more of a kind of malty molasses kind of bitterness as an aftertaste, whereas there is that little bit of hoppiness, which just actually make it a little bit more interesting. What I'd like to do is compare this with Old Speckled Hen and do a comparison, because I think obviously because they're kind of sister beers, because they both are from the Greene King brewery. But yeah, yeah, it's quite nice. What would I give it out of 5? There's a question. What would I give it out of 5? Now, see, this is a new year. Should I be doing it out of 5? Because people have come back and said they'd rather have it out of 10. So, okay, what we'll do is we'll start off this review out of 10, and we'll continue this year and have them out of 10 and make it a bit easier. So, what would I give it out of 10? 5 being average and kind of box standard, run of the mill. What would I give this? Oof. I would give it a 6. It's got a nice flavour profile, nicely balanced. You are getting that nice sort of hoppiness to the aftertaste, which again just makes it a little bit more interesting, and again kind of shows there's a little bit more thought going into the kind of brewing and recipe, that we're not just kind of, it's probably, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's kind of a normal progression to have the molasses bitterness coming into a kind of malty beer. It's a very kind of normal thing to do, and just add that little bit of hoppiness, just add that little bit of twist, just a little bit of ever so slightly different flavour profile that makes it interesting. Bit disappointing, it's a bit kind of not particularly lively. In fact, it's quite dead, but it just tastes nice. And it's a 500ml can, it's 5%, and it's working out at less than £1.20 a can, so again, not so bad right now with the prices. Whether or not that's actually like in a normal price, I honestly don't know. If it was just for, because I did buy this on New Year's Eve. This was bought on New Year's Eve, so it might have just been on sale because it was that kind of time of year, but maybe that's more of a kind of a normal price as well. But yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10. It's a nice beer. I would recommend it. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I probably would buy it again. Yeah, I would probably like to kind of mix and match it with some other beers and see what it's like. What I'd like to do is, there's ones that I do where I use Old Speckled Hen as part of a kind of mix and match, and it'd be interesting maybe to kind of get some of this out and use this instead of Old Speckled Hen and see if it has the same type of kind of effect within that kind of like session. But yes, it's very sessionable, very easy to drink. 6 out of 10, and yeah, I would buy it again, and I would recommend for other people to try it. If you have tried it, let us know what you think. If you haven't, then go and give it a try. So, thanks for watching, cheers, and bye for now.